Hello, guys. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we will have this meeting online, and we also recording today. So if you would like to receive this record, please send us some message, and we will send it. And maybe we will also have it on our website later. And so yeah, this is a few organizational question before we start. All right. So yeah, guys, today we will talk about the renewable energy sector in general and the MVP that we successfully developed for one of our clients. And we will talk about the challenges in renewable energy sector in this particular solutions. Okay, so quick presentations of ourselves. My name is Max Levitsky. In Tech Stack, my position is Managing Director, and we also have today Eugene Karachevtsev. Eugene, he is our head of R&D. He was the one who drafted the architecture solution for this MVP. And yeah, actually, we were the one who met with the client and uh, went through all the processes in this project together. So, tech stack. Here is the agenda for today's webinar. We will start about the quick introduction about the tech stack company, our mission and vision, why renewable energy sector is in line with our vision in the technology industry. Then we will talk about this business domain in general, the challenges that it has, and how the technology companies like us can help it to overcome together with our clients. MVP, why we think that MVP is the best approach in the project like this. Um, we will talk about this particular project, energy balancing platform, why it's not easy to develop even for the tech suppliers like us. Q&A sessions that we gathered at LinkedIn. We will sum up everything at the end, and we'll wrap the session with collaboration aspect, next steps, so how the project like this can be developed in partnership with our company. Okay, guys, so let's start with quick information about the tech stack. Tech stack in numbers, we started in 2014, so at the moment we have 10 years at the market already. We're working in more than 12 business domains. We will talk later about the main ones. At April 2024, we have 170 specialists, engineers on board, and one half of our company is one half of our clients are US companies. So mainly US is our main market. However, today we are talking about not the US project, but the Finnish one. So that's, sorry, I have a lot of sun today. Okay, yeah. Now it's better. So Tech Stack is an end-to-end software development company. So we develop a project from the beginning to the end to release and support. We are helping our clients to build in the development teams to develop their whole solutions. And also sometimes our model of cooperation, it's staff augmentation when our engineers working hand by hand with our clients, helping them to develop their own product and support them. And sometimes we're doing the consultations, more consulting work, because during these 10 years and working in different industry, we gained some experience that we'll be happy to share. And for most of our clients, this will save a lot of time and money. And especially this is connected to the architecture points in the software. So yeah, sometimes we consult in firms as well. Yeah, why renewable energy sector? So during the last 4 years, we developed in this business domain. We started with establishing IoT lab in our company because most of the project in this sphere, they need combination of the software, hardware, and data engineering. So these three points you need to combine together, and we will talk about a lot about this today. So how is better to combine itself? So for this industry, we even started our separate direction, what is TechStack Green IoT. This is still under the umbrella of TechStack, but this is kind of separated company with 20 engineers on board that skills in this particular industry that focused at the IoT part and renewable energy solutions itself. So in this small group, we develop a lot of MVPs, end-to-end project, team augmentation. So we will talk about this later as well. Okay, so yeah, Eugene, if we will start from the to observe the renewable energy industry, what is challenges in numbers we have. So yeah, if you can give us a few words about that.
Cool. Thank you, Max. Basically, the renewable energy market is growing, and according to research, we could save up to $270 billion globally by using energy more efficiently. But we need to prepare it for some tech challenges and tech solutions for this impact. Yeah. In fact, that according to forecast, in 6 years, the renewable energy sources are expected to power half of our planet. Yeah. And, but there is a lot of challenges here. First of all, we need to consider all parts of this ecosystem, like providers, consumers, energy storage, to distribute energy more wisely and reduce overconsumption and reduce high peaks during usage. Also, we need, from business perspective, we should contribute to tech solutions like open source solutions and solutions from giants like Microsoft, AWS, Google. And more important, we should promote policies that increase clean energy accessibility for all key players on the market itself. So let's discuss how MVP can contribute to energy efficiency. First of all, renewable energy sector goes through the big digital change, and it's important for key decision maker to understand how this MVP approach can help us. Using MVP allow us to try new solutions, reduce risks, make development faster, and make energy management solutions more dependable. And now let's talk about MVP showcase for the energy domain that we prepared today.
Thank you, Eugene. Thanks for sharing us. Few quick questions before we move further. So, from your perspective, what's the right approach for cooperation model for the project like this?
Oh, yeah. So basically, for such kind of project, it's one of the best options will be dedicated team that we can set up with proper tech experts in different fields like hardware, cloud, software, and in collaboration with proper subject matter expert that can be on our side, on partner side. We can build a really powerful team that will accomplish such a complex project. Yeah, something like that.
Cool. Yeah, and you mentioned subject matter expert, and so this is my second question was actually for why is important for the project like this to collaborate with the company that has niche expertise in this particular industry.
Yeah, so basically you don't wanna hire for such a project people who do like roadworks. Yeah, and in this case, first of all, complexity of the project requires like proper expertise from technical perspective, cloud and business itself to understand proper this domain and pitfalls and downsides and different tips and tricks. And after, for example, like if vendor accomplished 20, 30 similar projects, they already passed this learning curve and they have a lot of insights and ready to go solutions that can be implemented to combine them between each other to provide a solution like this. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Eugene.
Okay, let's break down our MVP showcase for energy domain that we prepared today. So our partner, he had an idea to implement energy balancing system for Finnish local market as a first stage, and the whole vision was to scale through the whole Europe and other countries as well. So as a goal, we have to implement solutions that are able to submit bids for a local Finnish market and receive activation signal to enable or disable balancing system on the providers, on the partner side. And as additional features, he requested to back up all the data that like energy consumption data, activation signals, bid results, and provide financial and energy consumption reportings and invoicing process as well. So let's discuss what's the technical challenges we faced during this phase. So first of all, we drafted the whole architecture of this project and reduced the scope. Second one, we researched all technologies and components that can be used to accomplish this project. One of them was third-party activation application. And also we utilize existing tools that simplified our development process, like ADC, ADX tools for connection to the Fingrid market and to receive signal and to manage all this out of the box. Another stage was like basically development itself, to coding and integration and deployment, infrastructure setup, and all these things. And the next stage was to test and integrate and test all parts of the system, starting from Fingrid integration, software, and hardware on site. And the final step was to integrate reporting, data storage for future analysis. On the next slide, I propose to deep dive in the solution itself and discuss what exact components we have in this system. So as a phase part, we have a web application that allow us to submit bids for Fingrid market. Next stage, we listen for bid submission, and if it's submitted according to our price, we listen for activation signal during high loads and high peaks in the system. As soon as we receive this activation signal, we first of all, we track all this data in our database for history and future analysis, and then we send the signal for hardware on site to enable or disable extra load on Fingrid system. And that's how this platform provides energy balancing services for Finnish market. And this is like exact business model that our partner wanted to implement. And as a result, we have all reports, financial reports, energy consumption reports, invoices that can be automatically sent to the proper recipient, Fingrid, legal, accountants, and so on. And let's talk about the core team that able to implement this solution. It was a small but really efficient team. Like the front man of this team was a project manager that was responsible for communications, all project setup, roadmap, milestones, and so on, and communication between partners and core team members. The person who did all the work was a software engineer who implemented whole solution and integrated different parts of the system together. And to help him achieve these goals, DevOps engineer created whole infrastructure to create core foundation for next improvements of the system.
Yeah, looking at the architecture diagram that you showed us before, yeah, it's not easy to believe that this project can be implemented with actually two full times. So the full stack engineer
Yeah, it was
and project manager.
it was tough, but we did it. Like,
Nice.
yeah, and let's discuss the workflow itself, how we basically able to manage and accomplish this solution. So from idea to implementation, we started from like gathering all requirements from the key stakeholders, what should be done, how it should be done, how it should look, how it should work, and so on. The next stage was road mapping. So basically we created artifacts like a document and roadmap with features breakdown and milestones that contains whole functionalities that should be delivered in this MVP. Next stage was actually development. We use agile approach that allow us to break down the big pieces into 2 week sprints, and we can achieve the good results during a short period of time, and then reflect on what have been done during past 2 weeks and see if we really did what we want, and it's like solution reflects our requirements. And then we have a testing stage and feedbacks. So it took like about from 2 to 3 weeks integrate our system into the FinGrid, receive all necessary improvements, and to be able to test whole signals starting from web and to hardware. And then we did some kind of final tuning of the system to make it work properly and react immediately in like 300 milliseconds like time. And what's the impact of all these activities and this MVP solution? So as a result, we implemented energy balancing platform that all providers can utilize and be partners and provide services for FinGrid market, and possibility to other vendors to participate in this energy balancing ecosystem, and have proper data backup, data analysis, and reporting for future improvements. And let's move forward.
Yeah, thanks, Eugene, for sharing this. And you mentioned before that this solution should be approved by FinGrid, and it took some time for this. And so my question, what the challenges we faced during this approval from their side, and actually the integration into the grid?
Yeah, thank you, Max. It's a really good question. So first of all, it's a challenge because it's a huge and complex system, and it's like working with government, and it requires, first of all, background check. The second one, all approvals from legal staff. So we have to provide all documentation, all diagrams for approval, how system works. And FinGrid provide you a test site and test system. So you just, before integration to the real production system, you have, they can send you a test signal, so you can test everything on your side from software and hardware, activation, deactivation, and if we really apply the proper amount of load for the system to provide this energy balancing service. Yeah. And the next one was related to hardware, because in the after COVID hit, a lot of people working remotely, and it's still happening. And it's really hard to integrate software to the hardware remotely and test everything together. So one of the challenges was to collaborate with partners team, with electrical engineers and CTO to test everything on site with hardware and meet these requirements in system reaction.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks, Eugene. So let's move on. Yeah. So, okay. Thank you. So the next session will be a Q&A part. So we have a few questions on LinkedIn. Let's start with the first one. Client asking us, so what is the best solution in my case? Can I use some solution from the box, or why should I actually develop the custom software for this particular case? And so what's the pros and cons on these both approaches in the project like this?
Yeah, it's really cool question. So first of all, it depends on the project itself and the context, but general recommendation or general best practices for solution that we built from scratch. It has more flexibility and can better suit the product, and you can build whatever you want. But it requires more engineering resources and more time for implementation. And regarding ready-to-go solutions, yeah, it's obviously faster to implement in some cases, and it requires less engineering resources. But the downside, it's not so flexible, and sometimes it requires to rebuild whole system in the future from scratch when the system is scaling, and sometimes it's not able to extend these solutions with new features because it's third-party application or solution, and they're not interested in these features that you're requiring from them. So yeah, that's
yeah. We know the cases when using out-of-the-box solution. Sometimes it's integration and adoption taking more time actually as the development something custom one. So that's
yeah, for sure.
exactly. All right. So next question, how can be global renewable energy providers can help in rebuilding the Ukraine energy system in general? So and your opinion on the renewable energy as a source in Ukraine?
Yeah, it's really a good one. So I guess like on the as a Finnish as example from Finland, we were there with you, and we see that they're using this energy improvements really well, and they have a lot of, for example, electrified buses that provide infrastructure in the cities to reduce carbon emissions and so on. So basically, one of the options is to gain and like receive expertise and apply standards from Europe in Ukraine, and to utilize their expertise with our local tech engineers and tech talents, and fuel these activities using some external grants and funds will I guess I bet it will make a huge impact on our energy system in the future.
Yeah. Anyway, looking forward to it. And the last question will be, so the primary challenges facing in the development software solution for renewable energy domain.
Yeah, as we discussed earlier, it's availability of subject matter experts and the proper expertise in the team that working on such solutions, because it's like crucial for delivery and in general for success of the project. If we don't know what to build and how it should be built, it's never gonna happen. Yeah. Another challenge that we also discussed regarding integration and test software solutions in combination with hardware on site. Yeah, so in some cases, our partners, they provide us test site, for example, like solar panels that just related to this testing part, and it's not related to some real customer. And another challenge regarding integrations, regulations, and certifications from legal stuff and standards and so on and so on. We need to have like a proper team member or a proper third-party vendor that can help us with regulations and certifications to pass all of them to deliver this solution on the market, and so it will act as a real product, not just something that we build and just forget in 2 weeks.
Exactly. Cool. Thanks, Eugene.
So let's move forward. Okay, guys, we can sum up some key points from our session today. First of all, that yeah, market is growing. It requires a lot of fundings, and we need to allocate such funds. So the forecast that this energy market will grab 50 and maybe 80% of the energy domain in general by 2050. And we discussed that how MVP solution can help us to integrate new solutions, to test some new hypotheses. And as soon as we build and harden these solutions, we can implement them on a global scale. And we discussed some challenges that we faced during this MVP regarding hardware integration, proper expertise, like legal expectations, certifications, and so on.
All right. Thanks, Eugene. So, moving to the next sessions, who we can help with development of these kind of solutions in renewable energy domain. It happens that in tech stack we working with all three sizes of the companies. So we have huge amount of experience in startup. We also have in our portfolio mixed size and enterprise company. And of course, this is the huge difference. And Eugene told us today about energy balancing system. And this project we developed this was a pure startup actually. CEO hired us to develop this solution. They have their in-house team, but also engineers from our side. They attract grant for the development, so they use government money for this solution, and this was the pure startup. And of course, for the big enterprise, decision making is much more complicated. Processes fully different, and we know how to deal with that as well, with certification and yeah, those kind of stuff. So happy that the tech stack can absorb all three main, business sizes of the companies. Yeah, and about the next steps, and this is kind of next steps that how we usually engage with the customers for the project like this. Of course, we are starting with business requirements, so we client gathering the requirements. We study the requirements, and usually it's me and Eugene who do all of the um, reviews of the client's requirements. We putting together the proposal, and our proposal includes solution diagram. It includes estimation, of course, team compositions, technologies stack, why this technology stack, what's the benefits of using of this particular stack, and maybe a few other options, and the timeline. And usually after the proposal is done, we having another session with the customer to go through all of the key milestones of the proposal, answering the questions right away, and this proved to be like a good, onboarding step, the first onboarding step. This is discuss the proposal together, agree on everything, and only after that we can proceed to the contract sign, to the team composition itself, and kicking off the development. So the step 4 and 5, this is the development kickoff, all the collaboration during the product's its release, and support after release. So, and as I mentioned before, TechStack also supporting all our solutions. We have key engineers who develop that, and they are available for our customers after release stage as well. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Max.
Yeah. And that was it for today. Many thanks, Eugene, for sharing us your expertise for presentation of this MVP for our good clients from Finland. And we'll be happy if you have any questions. Please reach out to us. We'll be happy to share our expertise in this domain. And today it was me, Max, and Eugene. And yeah, have a good one, and see you.
Thank you. Bye bye.